Tuesday morning at the Esplanade at the Disneyland Resort, 7:30 in the morning. I've got a reservation for California Adventure, but I'm going to Disneyland. As of this Tuesday morning, June 9th, Disney is no longer requiring guests to wait until 11 a.m. to park hop. That rule is over. You can now park hop at any time throughout the day. We are going to take you through that experience and what that means for the rest of your park day, what that means to Disneyland in terms of the reservation system, and what it's like going back and forth between parks. And so it is with our DCA start this morning. By the way, I want to talk about what it's like to make a reservation right now. Even though there are no park hopping rules, the reservation process is still the same. With our DCA start at 7:32 in the morning, we are going to walk into Disneyland.
All right, David, I'm going to tap on the pen. Come on in, David.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
And there you go. Not gonna lie, there was a moment there. I'm like, is this gonna work? I mean, I know it's supposed to, but still, you feel that feeling, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. Seriously, almost every single time I go through the gate, I'm like, did I make a reservation? There's always some sort of anxiety. I just felt it just now. So my DCA reservation starting park, my starting park was DCA this Tuesday morning, but I just scanned into Disneyland. Now, the goal here at this point, it is now 8 or 7:41. I'm gonna go do a quick scan of the rope drop situation here at Town Square at Disneyland. Kind of get a feel for what the density is like, what the crowds are like, and I'm gonna try, fingers crossed, to get back to, I'm gonna go rope drop DCA too. I'm gonna do 2 rope drops this morning. By the way, as I mentioned, it is a Tuesday, so we may be competing with some rope or some pin drops. They've got queues set up here, by the way. That's weird. But often it is the case, you'll see on these Tuesday mornings a whole bunch of people. Good morning, look at this. Oh, hi guys, good morning. They're celebrating the fact that there's no park hopping rules. There may be some influence here on Tuesday morning pin droppers, but right now this is a pretty dense rope drop crowd for 7:45, 7:43 in the morning. This is pretty active right here. This is pretty active. Now, the reason why I am doing this rope drop test, again, fingers crossed, because I don't know, there is a Disney will flag you if you try to scan into the park too soon next to each other. Like, I want to say it's maybe 10 minutes. If you scan into one park and then 10 minutes later trying to scan into the other park, that's a red flag. That they're gonna give you the boyo-yoing, and then a lead has to come out and confirm that you're not trying to juke the system in some way. So that's why I'm not sure how well that's gonna work. I'm definitely gonna leave before 9 a.m. or before 8, and try, but we'll see if it works the way I want it to. But also, the reason why I'm out here doing this, the reason why I am surveying these crowds, is because I have always been of the opinion that if there are no rope drop, I keep saying rope drop, if there are no park hopping rules, everybody's just going to start at Disneyland. Why wouldn't you? And I can tell you that at 7:44, this is a much bigger crowd than I am used to at this time in the morning. I have done numerous rope drops, many rope drops, and at 7:44 in the morning, 7:45 now, it's busy, but you're not all the way out here. Like I'll often, rope drop Tomorrowland or Fantasyland right here. That's the most typical for me. Maybe half that. Maybe, yeah, like half of that crowd there. The Tomorrowland gets pretty busy pretty quick, but it is often the case. And hopefully I'll have some B-roll that I can share with you that I'm showing you at this point that will evidence that. But this is a very deep crowd by my experience for 7:45 in the morning. Very difficult to get into. You're already too late. You're already too late with this crowd to get any kind of advantage for Rise of the Resistance or for Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is backed up all the way to the Jolly Holiday entrance. And again, this is all these guests right here are either trying to go to Indiana Jones or to Rise. Peter Pan, man, it's already starting to back up out onto Main Street now. Wow, this is fascinating. This is really, really fascinating, and I'm nervous about leaving the scene too soon because I want to watch this develop a little bit. Now it is, let's see, 7:46. You guys are getting by-the-minute coverage here of this Tuesday morning. Now, I should also add that this is probably going to get worse from here, I think, because not everybody really fully understands. It takes a little while for changes like this to resonate with the common guest. It has been part of our experience, part of the Disneyland going experience, that there are park hopping rules, and that we've all had to sort of abide by them. Even me, coming here 3 or 4 times a week, I still wasn't confident that I was doing it right. Could be the case that there are a number of guests out there who do have a DCA start today that are going to start at DCA. I guess that's what I'm saying. We're not going to see full activation of that rule. Hi guys, good morning. We probably won't see the full activation of the impact of that rule changing for another couple of weeks, perhaps. And that's again why I want to go to DCA at some point, is I want to see what the effect is there and what that looks like today. But this, my goodness, this is a heavy inflow of guests right here. This is really impressive. Okay, 7:49. We're going to take one more lap up Main Street, see where the queues are at, see where the back of rope drop is, and then we're going to try to park hop over to DCA and check out that rope drop. I'm expecting fewer people than normal at, let's say, Radiator Springs Racers and Mission Breakout. Well, let's see what's happening here at 8 or 7:49. It's actually kind of the same. It's still starting to form up. People are still finding gaps in they're going left over here for Indiana Jones. Let's go check out. I can't get to Tomorrowland from here. Yeah, so we were able to walk freely into that space 10 minutes ago. We can kind of, oh my gosh. This is what it's like at rope drop normally. At 8 a.m., this is what you might find. Holy cow. Wow, wow, wow. All right, so that's Main Street, Town Square, rope drop at Disneyland at 7:52. I've got 8 minutes to try to get scanned back into DCA to see what that situation looks like before they drop that rope and make that assessment. I'm kind of nervous, as I mentioned. I think I can get there in 8 minutes, but will I get bounced? We'll see. So I asked, it's 7:54. I asked a cast member on my way out, what's the time limit? I don't think she understood what I was asking, so she said, yeah, go ahead, you're fine, just let them know that you were already here and all that, which I know is the case. I know I can say that and do that, but will I get the bounce nose? Guys, morning. Will I get the boyo-yoing? Let's see. All right, here we go. Whoa! Good morning. Thank you. I don't know why I'm such a nerd for this stuff. I swear I'm such a nerd for this. We did it! We have, well, no, we haven't quite roped up it yet. At 7:55, we're in the park. I gotta go put eyes on the back of the Radiator Springs Racers queue. I sure hope people can appreciate what I want most of all from this video is for people to feel at ease, to not feel any anxiety, to not feel any sort of tension or misgivings about this rule, about the park. You can now go back and forth freely, the two parks at any time of the day, even before they've even dropped the rope. Guys, I rope dropped 2 parks in 20 minutes. I mean, not that that's useful to anybody, not that that's like an achievement in that sense, but it's just fascinating, the change in the tone of how you can navigate these 2 parks, and I still have not found the back of the Radiator Springs Racers queue. It's somewhere. Oh my God, look at that queue for tomatoes. It's because I haven't filled it in yet. It's actually just it's not even 8 o'clock yet. So that's probably what people are rope dropping maters. God bless you all. But I definitely should be in the queue by now, at least, right? This is fascinating. Stay tuned because we're gonna have a little more commentary, by the way, after we get done with this. I don't know, maybe we even go on a ride or something. But when I'm done, later on, we're going to be talking about why they did this, why I think they did this, or what the effects are going to be. Okay, well, I think we just got our answer as to why we haven't found the queue. Oh man, that is bogus. Now I don't know what to do with this information. Radiator Springs Racers did not open at Rope Drop. It didn't open. That's why there's nobody out here. That's why there's a million people out here, and that's why people are rope dropping Raiders. Yep, got a smattering of guests here waiting to see if Radiator Springs Racers opens in a reasonable amount of time, which, I mean, good luck to that. They won't tell you. By the way, you can ask them all you want. They won't tell you when it's going to open because they don't know. Oh man, this is really like harshing my vibe in terms of analysis. I can't learn anything from this, but it does explain why there's this huge amount of people on Route 66 right now. There is a huge amount of people here, more than I would have expected, and it was kind of like confusing me, considering my previous assessment of what I saw from the Radiator Springs Racers queue, because they're all just like loitering now. They don't know what to do. They were all here for Radiator Springs Racers, and it didn't happen. Fascinating. Yeah, they don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. The people just kind of standing around a little bit, asking questions, trying to figure out if they should stay here. Okay, I don't know if you heard that or not. The cast member just said it's a multi-hour delay. Multi-hour delay. It's not going to open this morning. And yet, God, I wonder if that group that was out there standing in front of Radiator Springs, the entrance. Man. Well, I guess, it's funny because now, why are we here at DCA, right? That kind of goes towards that question that I asked: if there's no rope dropping, park hopping requirement, why start here, right? Why start here when the only reason why you morning. The only reason why you would rope drop DCA is if you want to rope drop Radiator Springs or maybe Mission Breakout. Which, by the way, I'm going to go do a drive-by on Mission Breakout here in a minute. So why is anybody here at all? This is the thing that people are going to start realizing. Right today, there's a lot of people, and look at this. See all this crowd coming in right now? I was just one of them a little bit ago. All these people coming in. Look how many of them are turning left into Cars Land. And then look how many are coming out because Radiator Springs Racers morning didn't open. But look at that steady stream of guests. Do they even know that they can go to Disneyland right now? Do they even know? Left. There's some straights right here. They're going straight. They're going to Toy Story. Left, right? Left. Straight. Left. They're all going left. Well, not all. 90% going left. Look at that. After a few weeks, we'll come back in a couple weeks and we'll try to assess if the volume has pushed into Disneyland again. 8:04. We're gonna head into Avengers Campus real quick. I want to see what the impact is on Mission Breakout. Looks like Web Slingers is already at 45 minutes. Oh wow, that looks nasty. That looks nasty. I don't know how many gantries are open yet, but I'm seeing a 75-minute wait. A 75-minute wait at 8:07. This is the queue at 8:07. Wow, holy shnikes. Guys, you gotta rope drop the rope drop. You gotta rope drop the rope drop. I haven't seen anything happen here. I have no idea how open things are. But man, 8:07. And this is the queue you're getting into. My goodness. because I was wearing my rope drop shirt, you guys. Trademark Fresh Baked. Rope drop. You've got to get here and be ready to rope drop your preferred ride at 7:30. Not at 8, at 7:30. You have to rope drop the rope drop. Because if you don't, if you get here at 8 or at 8:07, hi guys, good morning, and you get in this queue right now, you're looking at a 75-minute wait, and you're going to be in this. I'm not even in the queue anymore. I'm in the head of the queue that's grown behind me. That's the back of the queue. For my goodness, do not get here at 8 a.m. So going back to that point I was making on Main Street about whether or not people are going to be, the crowds are going to reflect the change. It's too early. People don't know that the information has not yet sort of penetrated the populace, the Disneyland Resort populace. Not everybody knows that they can be in Disneyland right now. I could poll the audience. Now we're gonna head back to Disneyland to check back in on the crowds, but there is one sort of concession that one would have to make about that observation that I just made, and that is, if you were to go onto the app right now and look at the reservation calendar, be that for single day tickets or for Magic Keys, you wouldn't see any dates where one of the parks was open but the other one wasn't. It's back in the day often the case. You would see where maybe Disneyland was sold out but DCA wasn't, so you were forced into a DCA start, or you were forced into a Disneyland start depending on which side was sold out, although it's hardly ever the case that Disneyland was and DCA wasn't. I digress. If you were to go on and look at that calendar today, everything would say both parks. It would show both parks as available. When you make the actual reservation, it would still ask you to choose a park, but then it's up to you. It's not Disney forcing you to choose DCA start. You are, by your own choice, selecting DCA. So on that, it's on you at that point if you want to start at DCA. But I have to think that when I made this reservation today for DCA, that was still a case where you might find dates sold out at a single park but not the other. So that's once that period, that's now going forward. You won't have that opportunity. There won't be that point. Guests are going to choose their park as opposed to being forced to choose either Disneyland or DCA. So while some of those guests that we just saw in DCA may not know that they can go to Disneyland right now, maybe they still don't. They chose. Some of those guests did choose. So maybe it doesn't have the effect that I think or thought it would. But honestly though, wouldn't you rather be here at 8 a.m. than at DCA? Wouldn't you? Why would you start at DCA? So you could be disappointed by a closed Radiator Springs Racers or a 75-minute standby wait time for Mission Breakout? Come to Disneyland, man. We have horse-drawn streetcars. And that's 8:25, and I have scanned into the park 3 times now. 3 times. It works like magic. 8:30, and that's a 55-minute wait time for Space Mountain. 8:34, 25 minutes for Matterhorn, but we're already out here in Wild Space, and we're in Tree Lamp already. If nothing else, this video is going to be a commercial for rope dropping the rope drop. If we learn nothing else, it's a busy day today, and getting here at 8 a.m. is just not good enough, or even 8:30 or anything like that. You got to rope drop the rope drop. It is popping here. Alice? Wow, they're at their full queue already. Well, at least Indiana Jones is a nominal 45 minutes. Well, I think I've been here long enough. I don't remember the last time I've done a rope drop where I didn't actually get on a ride right away. We found our ride, just 10 minutes. We're on a match right now. Let's go.
forward, please, filling all the dead space in the room. Right side.
Arthur? Oh, I didn't mean to frighten you prematurely. The real chills come later. Loved ones by the hand clean and kindly watch your step.
Come on in quickly, watch your step. By ringing the bell.
Be sure to bring your death certificate.
Now I feel a lot better. We got a ride in at least. Okay, so we have some final thoughts to give you. And I think, you know what? While it's quiet out here, let's take a stroll around the river. So, going back and forth between like, does this have an impact or doesn't it? I mean, I'm sure it must in the grand scheme of things. There has to be at least some measurable impact, but perhaps not as significant as I thought it might be, given the fact that, as mentioned, the app is not forcing you to pick a park at this point. So maybe there's a minimal impact in the initial few days right now. But the people, I would say that it's not a big deal, actually. And I think about it too in terms of like back in the day pre-COVID, when there was no reservation system at all, and you could freely go back and forth between the parks. You could start anywhere you want. You could park up at any time. There were no rules at all. And both parks seemed to be flourishing, pre-COVID, so that there was no issue there. And so the more I reflect on this, the more I wonder why that rule even existed. There's the thought that this was or could be viewed as a domino, as a key effect or a key indicator on whether or not Disney was expecting to keep the reservation system. Because we have said in the past, if there's a reservation system, then there needs to be a park hopping rule. You can't have a reservation system and not have a park hopping limit. I'm not so sure about that anymore. I'm really not so sure about that. Because the reason being, everybody would just go to Disneyland. And plus, what are they measuring? The reason why they have the reservation system is so that they can collect data, so that they can track and predict our behaviors a little bit better. Some people have said it's for staffing and for inventory management, which I suppose there could be some measure of that. But I've always said I don't really think that's the key reason. I don't think that's the reason. They know how many people they need to have on staff. They know. They've got decades of experience on inventory, on food, on merchandise and everything, decades of it. They don't need the reservation system to tell that. They were doing just fine without it. The reservation system, and Chapek actually alluded to this, was more towards pointing guests in the direction they wanted them to go. For example, and this is something that I've discussed in the past as well, I used to be weekends only. I only went on the weekends. And since the reservation became a thing, post-COVID, after COVID, the complete thing, it just flipped completely. And that includes the fact that I was still working full-time. They switched me from a weekend visitor to a weekday visitor because it was next to impossible to get a reservation for the weekends. At least not, I had to book them weeks and weeks in advance, which made it impossible for me to go in the present day. I couldn't do it. It wasn't possible. Or I could have like one or two, anyway, it was difficult. That's what I believe. But I don't think that the park hopping rule had as big an impact on that as I might have thought initially, just judging by what we're seeing in the parks today and reflecting back on the reservation or the days past, in pre-COVID. Parks were fine. More than enough people were going to DCA, and that will be the case tomorrow and the week after that. So it makes me wonder what were they what were they trying to track with that park hopping rule? What were they trying to prevent? What were they trying to encourage in doing that? And what have they given up on in that sense now that they're doing this? But I will say in the sum of things that I don't believe this is going to have any impact on the reservation system going forward. I do not think that this is a precursor or any kind of sign that Disney is thinking about giving up the reservation system. Not that they shouldn't. I do believe that they should. A better sign of that would be what they're doing with Magic Keys right now, with the Explore Key, with June and July reservations being available, with the $100 break for renewals, that kind of thing. That might be a better indication. Because it's the locals who are opting out of coming to Disneyland, not the single-day ticket holders. And I don't think the park hopping rule is going to be that big a deal in that sense. Stay tuned, though. As I mentioned, I want to see what happens in the next couple of weeks and how this plays out. Watch our State of Disneyland reports, both DCA and Disneyland, because we got eyes. We have a very intimate relationship, a very intimate understanding of what's happening with the crowds and how they should be. We got a video coming up comparing the June crowds from this year to last year, and we'll see what kind of. But for now, I'm saying no big deal. The park hopping rule is no big deal, and no impact on the reservation system. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching, everybody. We love you. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. Respect.